Hello everyone, I'm Mary. I'm your host today. This podcast invites you to imagine a playground that is different from the playground you usually see. And because you will see it is not just a regular children's playground, that's why the podcast title Beyond the Playground. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri and Wurrung people of the Kulin Nation, the traditional of custodians of the land on which this podcast was created. I pay my respect to the elders, past and present, and I extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander listening today. I honor their rich culture, story, and knowledge that has existed on this land for 10,000 years. Children have always played, learned, and thrived on this land, and today we reflect on how we can create a space that carry forward to deep connection to the land, culture, and community. This episode is built for parents, caregiver, and children. Because we all want the same thing, a space where children feel free, confident, and truly alive. Be honest with me, if you were a parent, would you dare let your child climb trees or handle sharp, potentially injurious object, or let them run and jump into a dirty ground? At first, I say no. This would be my first thought if someone asked me these questions. I would protect my child the way I was protected as a child. I was always scolded if I went climbing. I was always told not to get into wet place because it's dirty and I gotta get sick. Until I grew up, I went to a new country and I explored new culture. After one time I go camping with my friends, I realized that my friend's social skill was much better than mine. My friends knew fire, cook with minimal tools, and survive very well regardless of the weather. As for me, I knew nothing. I was very weak. I became very scared and feel insecure when the weather became dark and windy or raining. I wonder why my friend can be brave like that, how they can survive really well. After doing more research on early childhood education, I had the answer. Because my friends' childhoods were running, climbing, and exploring the forest with insects under sound. My childhood was totally indoor. My parents won't let me go out if the weather was raining or extremely sunny. And of course, my childhood will stick with the place called safe and not dirty. Based on my story, do you think we are keeping children safe or keeping them small? Imagine a playground that children build by themselves and they can manage whatever they like, they can play how they like, they can create whatever they want to play. It can be dirty, it can be messy, it can be risky, but it is powerful. That's called adventure playground. And research tells us that risk in play isn't something to be feared, it's something to be celebrated. According to Play Scotland, taking risks through play support physical health, emotional resilience, and social skill. Children learn to navigate danger and deal with it, not avoid it. And after that, they become more confident and brave. In adventure playground, adults are called play worker. The play worker job is to observe, stand back, and only intervene when they're absolutely necessary. Penny Wilson, the author of the Playground Primer, reminds us, play workers are not guides. They create space for children guided by themselves. And I have studied pedagogical narrations, reflect on children's experience and understand how they think, learn, and feel. Children only showing us about who they are when we give them time and space to explore. Children's imagination is unlimited. They can imagine many different worlds around them, which we adults cannot do. And when I have learned about loose part play by Hop Hughes, I know why children can spend like whole day playing. A wooden plank they can imagine like a ship, and a kite box can be a small house, and an old tire can be a chair. You see, just by standing and observing and giving them their own space to play can help us realize that children can do their own. Like children can play by their own, can create by their own place, space, and yeah, they did better than what we expected. And let's try not to limit the children play. I understand the anxiety you feel when your child falls or get hurt, but we all want children to grow up strong and resilient, and adventure playgrounds do just that. Not in spite of the mess and risks, but because of it. Let's support the place where play is raw, real, and led by children's imagination. Let children take risks, and we can see them taking that or within our control. In short, trust them. They can do it. They will be fine. I believe that when you step back and observe, you will find out your child getting more confident and growing day by day. Thank you for joining Beyond the Playground. I hope this podcast will help children feel more empowered in how they create their own play and also make the parents feel more secure about them. let's work together as a family, educator, and community to build space where children believe that they are capable and creative. Thank you.